All right, everyone, this is Mrs. Hoagland. I'm going to try to explain to you the kindergarten sight word list to help you better help your child. Now, one thing that would really help you before watching this would be to watch the 6-syllable types. That would really help a lot. But if you don't, I'll walk you through it anyways. So here we go. Hopefully you'll understand what I'm trying to talk about. All right, first of all, what we're going to do is I have cut those words apart and I have sorted them into all different kinds of families here. So the first family I'm going to talk about is the closed family. And a closed family is when the vowel comes first. Well, not first, but a vowel is trapped by the consonant right after it. Okay, so in these words, notice I highlighted all the vowels. Okay, the vowels are going to make their short vowel sound, In short words, one-syllable words, that S can make the Z sound. That is something that I do teach kindergartners, that S says S or Z. Specifically, I don't teach that to them until they have control of just the S sound in general. But once we start decoding CVC words or consonant, vowel, consonant words, I do talk to them about how that S will say the Z sound in some of our sight words. All right, so the first word we have is, I, Z. Then we have can. You should be able to sound this one out too. K, a, n, can. If I know can, I know and, because we have that a, n in there again. And then we have has, has. Then we have help, help. Then we have a 2-syllable word here, which is made up of a closed syllable and a consonant LE. The E in this word is going to be silent. We're just going to sound it out. Little. Anytime we see the double T's or double consonant in the middle, we do not repeat them. We don't go we go little. All right, so those are our closed syllables. There are going to be a couple that still fit that closed syllable pattern, but I'm going to talk about them in a little bit. All right, here's that S, and one-syllable words can say Z. And anytime you see these two lines on either side, that shows me that this is a sound, not the letter. This is a sound, Z. Then W-A, this is another closed syllable. W-A, a lot of the times, is going to say wah, wah, wah. So my first graders, I make for sure that they know this. Anytime that we see that W-A, if the W-A did not say, if w-a-n-t, want, doesn't make sense, we're going to get that W-A and we're going to go wah, wah, wah. Here we go. W-a-n-t, want. All right. Then the next type of syllable we have is an open syllable. And when we have an open syllable, the vowel almost always says its name. Now, notice I said almost always, and if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that there's always going to be an exception to the rule. When we see these vowels, they are at the end of the word. So look at all these vowels. They're all at the end of the word. All at the end of the word, okay? The A in this one can say a or depending on the word that comes after it. We don't teach that till high school. Then we have I. Then we. Notice the E saying its name. The O saying its name, go, because it's open syllable. And then we have he, open syllable, the O saying, or the E saying its name. Then you'll notice I have that SH is in orange. That's a digraph. You can split these into digraphs, but I thought it would be more helpful for you to see that these are open syllables first, and then we can move it over to the digraphs afterwards. We did not have any digraphs in the closed syllable pattern, but there are. Here we go. We have me with the E, and then we have the. It could be the or the, and again, when students get older, depends on what's coming after the word, depending on which one we use, the or the. And then we have my down here. Y is a syllable most of the time, not part of the time, okay? I know that we've all been brainwashed to think that Y is a vowel some of the time. Y says y when it's a consonant at the beginning. or it says I if it's in the middle of a syllable, or it says I if it's in a one-syllable word. It's going to say long I at the end. And if it's in a 2 or more syllable word at the end, it's going to say long E, like baby or happy or bubbly. Okay, so that's why that Y is saying I. Again, all these said their names. That vowel says their names. An example of going from closed to open. I'm going to try to write at the same time because this helps. All right. If I have this word right here, okay, the vowel is right here. So remember, everything has to do with the vowel. The vowel right here, if we're thinking about closed, is trapped by the T. So that means that the O cannot say its name. Okay, so that makes it closed. Notice all these are all closed. All right, now I'm going to take the T away. Now the word becomes go. The O is at the end of the word, so the O is going to say its name. So we went from got being closed to go being open. Okay, this one's open, says its name. This one is closed. It does not say its name. It says its short sound or its soft sound. Ah, ah, ah. All right? So looking at these, difference between closed and open, typically the vowel is short. Typically the vowel is long or says its name. Now, I believe I've gone through all these right here, and we talked about the Y. These ones right here, these are ones that don't follow that rule, but if I do, I put them in that category because they do follow that pattern. T-O, if I were to look at this, your student might say that this word is toe. Well, the thing with high frequency words and sight words, which all these words are, okay, they're all high frequency or sight words, all right, those are words that you're going to see a majority of the time while you're reading. It's going to make up probably 75 to 80% of the words that you read. You want to be able to read these words automatically so we can focus on different words that are more domain-specific words. When I look at these words, I say toe. Am I going to see toe in a lot of different passages? Probably not unless we're learning about feet, or we have someone stub their toe, or small shoes. You kind of get the idea. The same thing with the word do. It looks like dough. Well, dough, I think most kids know what dough is, that you make bread with it or you cook with it, whatever. Are we going to see the word dough in many words? We're not going to see them. This word is do. To rhymes with do. And then who is kind of tricky. When I teach WH, WH says w, w, w. And sometimes it says h, it makes the h sound. It makes the h sound in the word who, whom, whole, whose, and whole. Okay, these are like the only words that I know that WH makes h. I very intentionally teach my first graders that WH can say w, and sometimes it says h, and I actually show them these 4 words, and I go who, whom, whose, and whole. All right, so then again, this one right here, would this word be hoe? Well, a garden hoe, we're not going to be talking about a garden hoe very often. So we have to, do, and who. I'm going to teach these 3 together because they do rhyme. And they do have similar patterns, and they all say the ooh, ooh, ooh thing. So that's why I do that one together. Now, let's move on to digraphs. Digraphs are when we put 2 or 3 letters together to make a brand new sound. Examples of digraphs might be a CH, TH. TH has 2 different sounds. It's going to say th, or it's going to say th. Then we have TCH that we use after a short vowel. Then we have WH. Then we have SH. I feel like I'm forgetting some. TH, WH, CH, CH, I got it. And then as they get older, they'll know PH as in phone, GH as in graph. Majority of the time, these are going to make a brand new sound. I can't think of a time where they don't usually, except for when you really get into the multi-syllabic words. Okay, CK is also a digraph that we would use, 2 letters to make a brand new sound. Okay, I've sorted these out into digraphs. We have the TH. We have to decide, is it or is it It is Then we have w, I, th. This is also considered a closed syllable because that vowel is trapped by the TH. It's still saying it's short vowel sound. Again, we have another short vowel, another short word with an S. This word can be is, this, or is, this. This word is this. Then again, we have that WH, says what? It says w. This word goes w, at, wat. Is that what we're going to see? Or is it going to sound like w, and we put that A right underneath it, and we put a little heart underneath that A because it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I usually go WH. What? What? What did you say? What? And that the kids usually think it's funny. So when they see it, they say what. All right, the next one we're going to go to is VCE. VCE, vowel consonant E. This pattern, we're going to see any vowel, any consonant, and then an E. Typically, it's going to say, I'll be quiet, which means not going to say anything. Goes backwards, jumps over one consonant to the vowel before it, and makes the vowel say its name. So you might hear the kids saying, I'll be quiet if you say your name. Okay, it works a lot of times, doesn't work every single time, but students need to be flexible with it, okay? In this word right here, and the word here, the E is telling the E to say its name. So we have E-er. The E at the end's not saying anything because it said it'd be quiet. Now on the next word, we have E tells the I to say its name, like. In this word, it's not working, but it's because it's a final silent E. English words do not end in a V or a J. The way we get around that is V always brings an E. So we have to check if the E is just there for the V or is it there for the A as well. This word right here is have. Well, let's try and see if it would work if it was a long A. Have. Well, it doesn't work in have, but if you add B to the beginning of it, then it does work in behave. Then right here, we have vowel teams and chunks. Double E is always going to say long E. That's a chunk. We're going to see it as a chunk. And then here's an apron. Don't judge my drawing skills. All right, long A. We have AY. That chunk says A. And then we have EY, that chunk says A as well. Well, TH could go in that digraph group as well. So, but we're going to keep it out separate because I wanted you to really recognize those vowel chunks over here. Then we're going to move on to oohs, as in moon. We have y, ooh, and we have t, ooh. OU can say either ooh or ow. OO can say ooh or as you'll see in the next section, okay? So, ooh, ow. Is it yow or is it you? This one. Is it two or is it tuh? It's two. This one right here is a picture of a hook, okay? Double O is going to say or, as we said up here, or ooh. Or ooh. So these two right here are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Look and good. All right, we're going to jump all the way over here. Back over here. I skipped this one. Come. You'll notice I have the U above the O in this one. We're checking to see if that E is telling the O to say its name. If we did the E to the O, then the word becomes comb. Are we going to see the word comb in lots of things that we read? Not very often. So that's why I put an X over that arrow. Like here, the VCE, it's either working or it's not working, okay? This one right here is not working, and I put the sound that it makes right above it, k, and I actually teach students that when there's a sound that does not make the sound it's supposed to be, we put that sound right above that letter. So then, and we'll usually draw a little heart right underneath it. I drew a heart around the whole thing just so it would be easier for you to see. All right, then we're going to go over to our last two sections, our R control sections. Okay, R control, we have ER, IR, and UR is one group. This is the of her, the of first, and the of nurse. They all say There's no specific way to know them other than to sort them. And then we have R, as in arm. And this one could also fit in the VCE pattern. And I put an X over it showing that the E's not working. And we underline the AR because that's the thing we want students to recognize. And then we have the OR. There's also an ORE, like in the word more. And this would be our chunk right here. But that one's not on your list right now. Finally, we come to the heart words. 5. So totally on this whole list of 40 words, we've got 5 here. We got 3 here. So that's 8 and 9. We have 9 words on this 40 word list that cannot be explained. In the word said, we go, well, AI is a chunk. It typically says A in the middle of English words or the beginning. In this word, the AI is saying So we go S-E-D. It looks like S-A-I-D, but it sounds like S-E-D. And we put a heart under the part that does not work. The next word I have is was, and we only have one part that works in this word, other than the S, which the S, remember I told you already, short words, the S can say Z sometimes. On this one, same thing, W-A-S. Was? Was is not a real word. This word is Z, was. Then we put hearts under each one, has 3 sounds, so we make sure students understand the same amount of sounds and what represents those sounds in this word. We call those heart letters, okay? Heart letters in there, heart letters in here, and this word right here. I show students that D-O is do, okay? And E-S or S-E, E-S or S-E can say Z. Both of those can say Z. As we get more complex, so the word go would be the same thing. ES would be goes. This one is do, but then when we add the ES, becomes does. Z. Sorry, I put the wrong sound on that. That should have been a U. This should be a U right here. I'll fix that real quick. This should be a U. There. So does. Then we have the word of. This word does nothing that it's supposed to do. It's kind of like the word one. In this word of, you kind of teach the word of where nothing does where it's supposed to do it. You teach it like you would teach a shape. This is what a shape looks like. A square has 4 sides. It has 4 corners. It has right angles. Well, the word of is spelt O-F. Do not have them sound this word out. This word is a closed syllable. It looks like off if you sound it out. Off. That is a big confusion for a lot of students. The best thing to do is right away teach the students that this word is of. It looks like, it sounds like of. When you see it, just like when you look at Mrs. Hoogland, you know that that's me because that's what I look like. This is the word of because that's what it looks like, okay? We did the word was already. And the last word is where. Now this word has that digraph again at the beginning. We could put it way over in the digraph section, but the E-R-E It could also go on a bossy E, final E. It's not going w-ear, and I don't teach that because there is a word, weir. It's W-E-R-E, or were. Yes, I can't think now. Where. On this one right here, we put a heart underneath it, the E, and we say it says long A, and then w, A, Again, the only sight words that you cannot really explain or have that are hard for people to reconcile with is the word said, was, does, of, where. Then we have the words to, do, and who. We teach those together. I teach those together because they all rhyme. Okay. And then if we go right here to come, does it comb or come? Nope. And then, yeah, I think that's it. So I have sent out lots of videos recently. This is the kindergarten sight word list for wonders, the first 40 words for the year. It is extremely important that your student knows these words. They are going to be reading, should be reading by the end of the school year. By the end of kindergarten, they should be reading. When they get into kindergarten, or when they get into first grade, sorry, they will add an additional, I'm trying to think how many words are on that list. It's well over 100 words, and it's not all these words. Okay, so new words. You don't want to come in first grade all the way already behind. So practice these words with your students. The best way to do it is to sort them out, work on so many at a day, and then put them around. Another idea that you can do for sight words is, I have these letter sounds up on the wall. You could put sight words on the wall, only put like 5 maybe for the week. And as they're going down the hall, they might touch the word and say, this is the word and. No, I know it's not and, but I'm just saying. Tape, wax would be a really good thing to stick them up with. There's little sticky wax things. There's things that won't peel the paint off. You could put them on the refrigerator. You could put them in the bathroom on the mirrors. There's all kinds of places where you could put them at. This is kind of a wall that I have that just has interchangeable little stickies on the back, and I just changed them. All right, I hope this helps. Another fun way that you can do is you can do sight words in pudding on a pan for snack. Really fun to do, really good to eat. And shaving cream would be another way that they could write them. And then there's also, I don't get paid for this, there are also these pop sight word games. They're really fun, and there's blends and letter names, letter sounds, and then word families. I think they cost a little less, maybe right around $15 on Amazon. Yeah. So I hope this helps you with the first grade or the kindergarten sight word list. Please let me know if you have any questions. Miss Hoogland at Springville, Hoogland at Springville.k12.ia.us. Have a great day.